AMI, the deeper conversation. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time it is for you. As you hear these words, it's morning for us here. And this week I'm inspired to follow a theme. You know, we've been going through the 10 principles as they were shared with me and transmitted to and through me, and we've been going through that. We've done that a few times, and we'll do that again. But this week I thought we would concentrate on the body. Specifically, what goes on inside our body and what we can do to influence those processes in any way that we can, when we can, for as long as we can and as much as we can, in the dance of co-creation, in the process of manifesting, creating, attracting everything we desire. How can we use our body? How can we use our body as an instrument for manifestation? And what can we do to contribute to the maximum performance of our body as an instrument of manifestation? And my hope is it will be fun and exciting and helpful and supportive. And so today, it makes sense. It feels right in my body that we should start with this, because the neuro squeegee is such a big part of our daily practice, that we start with the breath, our lungs, our breathing. You know, every day I say to start the neuro squeegee with an exhale to empty out our lungs, to prepare our bodies to receive that first deep healing breath. And I've probably said that 3,000 times without exaggeration, to prepare myself and us on this call for that first breath. But I don't know that we've ever actually, in all this time, in almost 10 years, we've ever actually described what that means. I'm sure we have, but I can't recall specifically. So we're going to take that time this morning to actually go through that exhale, and we're going to talk about some of the ways that those inhales can be. So when I first say we're going to start with an exhale, what I'm doing by continuing to talk is using up the stores of oxygen and other vital gases in my lungs, so that when I'm ready to draw in that first breath, my body needs it and wants it, and I'm ready to take a breath with you. And what I'm asking you to do is to exhale and blow the air out of your lungs, to get to that place where your body just wants a breath. And then that deep breath can come in. So that's the first part, the exhale. The second part, you'll often hear me say, first breath in through the nose. And what I mean by that, of course, is if to the extent you are able to the extent that you're not congested or have any other reason why you couldn't draw a good deep breath through your nose, the idea is then to close your mouth and allow that breath to come in through your nose, deep, 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 all the way down through your throat, down into your lungs, down into the bottom of your lungs. And what you might imagine is your lungs actually filling from the bottom up, so that you draw that air all the way down, and you might even notice your belly expand. Let it expand. Nobody's watching. Really draw that air all the way down. And while I'll usually be talking during that time, or I might be breathing during that time, my invitation is for you to draw that deep breath in, and it may go to the count of 4. So it might be draw your breath in 1, 2, 3, 4, and usually I'll take my time. So if you're pacing off the sound of my breath on the microphone, you'll be fine. And then I usually hold at the top of the breath or the bottom of the breath, depending on how you look at it, for just a second. Now this differentiates the neurosqueegee from what you might have heard called box breathing or a box breath, which is also great for you. I don't advocate against it at all. It's great. If you want to do that for the neurosqueegee, that's okay too. And a box breath is drawing the breath in to the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding it to the count of 4. 3, 2, 1. And then releasing that breath with the same count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then draw another breath in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you can wait before you breathe, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4. And then exhale, then hold it, 1, etc. So the box breathing is in to the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 4, hold to the count of 4, inhale to the count of 4. In that box, in that 4 square cycle. Totally okay if you want to do that during the neurosqueegee. And totally okay, obviously, if it's not obvious, I'm giving you permission, that if you don't breathe to the same cadence I do during the neurosqueegee. The whole idea of this, and why I'm taking so much time to do this right now, to describe this breathing and discuss this breathing, is to make it clear to you that the point of the exercise is not to breathe perfectly or to do it just so, but to become aware of how you breathe. Now, if doing it just so, box breathing or following my cadence exactly, or whatever method you use, helps you deepen your awareness and get better at breathing, then great, do it just so. But the idea is that later on today, you are going to be stimulated by something. Someone will do something. Somebody might cut you off in traffic. Somebody might annoy you at work. Someone you love and care for deeply might say something that you take personally. I don't know. It could happen. It might happen today. And if that happens, when that happens, that deep breath and exactly how you breathe might come in handy. Now, if it sounds like I'm speaking from experience, it's because it is. I'm human. I get triggered. I get activated. I drop into my old patterns just like the rest of us. And I go to the neurosqueegee as soon as I become aware that I need to. And sometimes you can ask Tracy, sometimes it takes longer than I would like. I know sometimes it takes longer than Tracy would like, but I'm human too, and we all get to learn this. And so my invitation today, as we do the neurosqueegee, you find your groove. You can absolutely follow my cadence. You can add in the box breathing if that works for you. You can do deeper belly breathing. You can, if you're a yogi, you can do breath of fire. You can do all these things. For me, my invitation is to keep it simple. The neurosqueegee is 3 deep breaths. Okay? So we'll start with an exhale to empty out our lungs. and prepare our bodies for that first deep healing breath. And release. Second breath. And release. And remember, as you release each breath, your nervous system is opening itself up. Your old neural pathways are letting themselves go, releasing their grip on your neurons and your neural pathways. Third breath. And release this breath with a sigh. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now what you're doing by exploring this breath, these breaths, your breath, exploring how your lungs work with you, exploring how your lungs partner with you in drawing in the nourishment your body needs to function at maximum performance. What you're doing is partnering with your body to create the conditions for your whole being, your mind, your heart, your lungs, everything in your body. Let's throw in a thank you body, by the way. Thank you. Gratitude for our amazing bodies that are everything going on all at once and just absolutely amazing. And while that's happening, while all that is happening, your body, you're partnering with your body to maintain the functions of your life so that you can, when you need to, tap into the resources, the ideas, the thoughts, the feelings, the action, the inspiration to go about your day, to influencing yourself and others, to moving, leading energy, directing energy, making things happen, doing the good work you're doing in the world, speaking your truth, and doing all of that in harmony with what's going on in your body creates the environment for manifestation. Now, how do I know this? Because I've studied, I've been an athlete, I've worked with athletes where and people who generate all sorts of things: performance, creation, film, music, art, athletics, success in business. I've worked with these people in every shape and size. And when there's a state, scientists call it the flow state, some philosophers call it the flow state. It's a state where everything, mind, body, thought, are in alignment. In that state, people experience the slowing down of time. People experience the hyper-focus of attention. People experience hyper-creativity. People experience expanded senses of laser focus and purpose. People experience heightened levels of inspiration and motivation. People experience unstoppability. And my hope for you is just the act of practicing the NeuroSqueegee will help you create a more resourceful, hospitable place for resourcefulness in your body, in your consciousness, and that those flow states will become more available, more and more available to you. And as an exploration here, as a scientist, as a playmate here in the playground, the idea is that when we do that, we have access to our ability to co-create with the universe all that we desire. So if that even makes a tiny little bit of sense to you, my invitation to you is to start with the NeuroSqueegee. Real simple. 3 deep breaths. And just allow yourself to be in that state of being. And notice. Notice how you feel. Notice if you feel like more resources are available to you, within you and around you. My guess is you'll notice something. And I'm certain that you will make today as amazing as you are. We'll see you tomorrow here in the playground. Bye for now. This has been a production of Amazing Media International. AMI, The Deeper Conversation.